exit out of the game. Oh, yeah, I need to take my pill too. I should have actually taken that like 20 minutes ago. All right, all right. I still have the pill in my mouth. Sure, give me a second. But let me switch categories. I don't expect anyone is going to be able to find what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put us in just chatting because that is effectively what this is. Oh. And cables. Cables are going to be my just bane. So, it has been a while, but you may recall that I like to do and create tabletop role playing games. So, one day I will manage to swallow this pill very easily. I swear. But I had a new idea earlier, and I'm slowly working on it. I want to make a superheroes one, which is why I named it the way I did. Oh, let me get some audio going. That would probably be a good idea. Oh wait, let's do it over here. All right. I still have the Christmas rotation up, so we're just gonna go with that for the moment, because I don't want to redo it all right this moment. But I need to work on, well, I have ideas in my brain that I'm using for this. I didn't get very far, other than that I know I'm gonna mix some genres. There's gonna be some spy genre in this. There's gonna be some modern fantasy in this. There's gonna be some superheroes, obviously. Yeah. Oh, also mercenaries, secret government organizations. I've been rereading some old comics that I have. So, yeah, maybe possibly some inspirations in there. So, rather than classes or races, this game, you pick a template. I haven't got a like structure for exactly how you organize it yet. Actually, do I? Oh, I called this, by the way, Heroes and Legends. It felt very interesting for a title. I think I got rid of some of it. I've really trimmed down my campaigns in here over the years. I used to have a lot more. In here, I did create archetypes, which are sort of, well, they're not really like my templates. Exactly. They're a lot more like classes, because Strange New Land was more like D&D style. So, but it does have some information that sort of is relevant for us. And I'm gonna incorporate in there. So you pick a template. Just because I probably am going to have more than one of these up. So like immortals. I have a description of what an immortal is. The exact method to why some people are immortals varies, but their presence in history has given rise to tales of vampires, lycanthropes, elves, fairies, zombies, and more. The one thing that is true for all of them is that they are incredibly hard to kill. Should one appear to die, what most often happens is that their body stops functioning for a time, and then repairs itself. This rebirth can take somewhat different forms by common issues related to it. Oh, yeah, I need to reword that. Different forms. But the common issues... Where is that? Man. That's better. But the common issues related to it are amnesia, where they lose the majority of their memories of their previous existence. Often, this also includes a reversion to an earlier physical state, i.e., they often appear as young adults. So, the character might sort of live on, but their, like, earned experience is going to go away. So, yeah. It's a weird sort of place for them to be in, but I think it works. Since they get no memory, they basically lose everything about themselves other than, like, physical stuff. Quite often, immortals also have other abilities that mark them as atypical, though this varies more than the exact nature of their immortality. Yes, I know there's a new version of the software for the music player. So, media examples here are also good. Legends of Vampires and Lycanthropes, Image Comics Wildcats, Marvel Comics Gods, like the Asgardians, and like Hercules is a thing in Marvel Comics too. So we have a lot of influences that come together with Immortals. Oh, actually, I should also put in Eternals. That is another Marvel property. And the Wildcats... Oh, actually. Invincible? What was the alien race in Invincible? I should know. Come on. Sorry, sneeze. Yes, that is what I was looking for. Can I get a Wikipedia entry for it? I didn't necessarily want the TV series. Alright. Sorry. I heard my phone beep. And I was wondering why. Viltrumite. Man. But yeah. Also pretty much effectively they can die, and they do, but it's really hard. So, it very much would fit into, like, this category, if I were going to bring them into Heroes and Legends. So, that would be the template for them. So, then we have Gifted. And let's just move these around. So, Gifted have abilities we would often call psychic or psionic, though some seem to go beyond the usual categories for such abilities. They have always existed and are likely a quirk of genetics, intelligence, and will. However, most cannot do much on their own. They come in a variety of flavors, and how useful their abilities are can heavily vary by type, with sensitives typically being the most capable of using their abilities, as mental abilities are much more effective than physical abilities, at least unactivated. To really make use of their abilities, they require someone who is an activator. Activators can boost a person's innate gifts to a level that makes them usable on a scale that makes physical abilities practical, on par with technology. Once a person is activated, they normally cannot go back to normal, though some activators can forcefully deactivate gifted individuals. Activators may be gifted themselves or come from another template. So, this is the good old psionic or psychic character, obviously. Also, they're more akin to, like, mutants within the setting. I mean, the movie Scanners, if you've ever seen it, is a great example. It's got some of the same concepts in it. The person has to be activated. I mean, so does Stranger Things. There's a lot of stuff in Stranger Things that has to occur. Apparently torture, because that seems to be a thing. But yeah, those are some of those sources. Marvel Comics. Lots of Marvel Comics characters. Image Comics. Probably a lot. I think Stormwatch was the one that most of their characters were like PSIs. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of psychic, psionic media. It is quite prevalent. Then you have symbiotes. Symbiotes are typically semi-living organisms that bind to individuals, and by doing so, give them unusual abilities. The most common are a level of durability and boosted regeneration. However, very few people can successfully bind to symbiotes. Most die in their attempts. Often, this also leaves the symbiote useless as well. This is often especially true for those of another template. So generally, an immortal trying to bind to a symbiote is a death sentence for both parties. The same is true for activated gifted. If you're gifted and not activated, you might survive. Maybe. There are different strains or variations of symbiotes, which will have different subsets of abilities. Of all templates, symbiotes are the most consistent in their abilities because different types of symbiotes basically are going to have their type of abilities and not like range or mutate. Media examples, obviously, Marvel's Venom symbiotes. Resident Evil T-Virus actually falls into that category too. The T-Virus loves to do things to people. Or animals. So, yeah, that goes in here. Image Comics Wetworks. Wetworks was a team that were like an elite, like SEAL Team 6 sort of thing. And they got these gold symbiotes. Probably the least generally powerful symbiotes out of those examples, potentially. But, yeah. Then you have pilots. Pilots are a template of people who use robots, power armor, tanks, aircraft, or some other technological means to give themselves abilities that are not internal to themselves. What they tend to differ in is the level of ability they adopt through technology, and I need to fix that because I put that for some reason. I was typing this very quick because I was working on this before we started streaming today. Where was I? This is one of the most common templates, as using technology in this way is as old as time. I mean, technically, someone could fit into the pilot category if they just, like, used a bow and arrow. I mean, Hawkeye of, Avengers, Marvel Comics fame, he would definitely be a pilot, even though, he's not, like, in a power armor suit. It's also heavily related to the Cyborgs template, which I haven't done yet. We're about to do that. With the difference being internal or external technology. Mass production of some designs exist, and these provide very specific abilities to the pilot, while others are entirely custom. So, media examples: DC Comics Batman. Yes, Batman is a pilot template. I mean, maybe I should call them the Gadgets or Gadgeteers. I went pilots just because. You know what? I'm gonna rename them. I think Gadgeteers is probably a better term, or at least a wider one. just so I don't have to retype it. Do I say pilots anywhere else? Alright. Also, other examples in this category from media, I mean, there are examples everywhere. I mean, the Punisher is a type of gadgeteer. I mean, he just uses firearms, but still, gadgeteer. Totally gadgeteer. Everyone that basically doesn't have superpowers in comics is usually a gadgeteer of some sort. There aren't really many normal people that don't rely on technology, so... Alright, cyborgs. Cyborgs are the flip side of... And I'm just gonna link to it. Gadgeteers. Unlike gadgeteers, they use technology to implant special abilities into their own bodies. Let's go down and add immediate examples. All of cyberpunk. I mean, literally, all of cyberpunk. Clearly. Also, I need to munch on something. It is maybe 10 o'clock, but I did not eat dinner when I usually would because we were playing. So, yeah, I'm gonna nibble on some popcorn. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to hear me munch. Alright. I had some. I feel better. Do I really have to describe cyborgs anymore? I think most people can get the idea. I don't know. Maybe I should... I mean, to make it like the others, there is variation in how much of the body is replaced by mechanical parts or devices. I need to flesh out cyborgs more in the setting, I think, before I finish that. There is an aliens category in here too. I may change the name of that as a template. I was thinking maybe monsters. There's a lot of problematic terminology. maybe oddlings? Weirdlings? I could call them weirdlings. That would totally be a thing. I don't really want to call them aliens or like monsters. That does not seem to be good wording. Actually, I realized I should probably put this in. There. I think the title is now fixed. I should add what I'm actually doing. That would probably make sense. So yeah. Now weirdlings. Let's go a little bit differently with how I want to do these by starting with examples from media. Mythical monsters. There's not really magic per se in this setting, so... Well, actually, there might need to be. For some things I want to do, I think we need magic. As problematic as magic ends up making everything. But, especially in what is considered to be a modern setting. Though, I don't want to set it in our own modern time. Actually, let's go back. So let's do some notes on the history. I think that's probably a good place to start. What do you think about setting it in like 2050? I think that gives it some time so it's not like contemporary. I mean, it's 25-ish years in the future. If it were 3 hours later, I would say 24. But I think that's enough time. I mean, we've been working on cybernetics for a while even, and there's some basic sort of cybernetics that exist. Like, if you have the money for it, you can get, like, a cybernetic hands. It doesn't necessarily work better than a typical hands. So, I think the first thing we have to do is establish the current year. Let's just create that page with that for now. Let's do media examples over here as well. Marvel Comics, Magic Wielders. I mean, there's a lot of different ones of those. Let's see, other good examples. The Dresden Files. I think that's a good source. I mean, there's lots of others too. I mean, we could look at like TTRPG sources too. I know there's like DC sources for heroes that use that. Man, I don't know what else I want. Weirdlings could also potentially be like mutants in the Marvel Universe. But I think they would be more like the Marvel Comics Morlocks, which are the mutants that are disfigured to the point where they live underground because they're obvious. So, yeah, I think we'll start with that. I'm probably definitely not going to be able to post this if I bring this up, but I feel I should like show off some comic inspirations for some of this. And to like, or maybe I can just use Wikipedia. Actually, really? There was an organization in one of their older books that I am totally blanking on the name of, but maybe I can find it. I want to. I think it was parts of. Man, there are not that many titles they do anymore. I remember when they did a lot, but then I was sort of a like comic reader in like the 90s primarily. Man, I don't list a lot of them. Alright, hang on. We're gonna go on a wild ride. I know it appeared, or rather, the group or organization appeared in Gen 13, because they were like the villains of the original miniseries. I know, kind of like Gen 13, DC did something. Kind of like that. Is there a history in here? Okay, Threshold is the name of the group, but man, I recall. Oh no, Threshold is not the name of the group. That's the name of the one villain. By the way, uh, Rainmaker coming out as bisexual was like huge in the 90s. Literally, that was just crazy. There were not heroes that were bi at the time, which is crazy because there are so many. I mean, there were definitely bi superheroes, but like not openly bi. This was a huge thing at the time. I remember. By the way, this is just kind of sad. Sorry, I know I'm not talking much because I'm reading. I mean, it's fine that Rainmaker is a lesbian, but there are better ways to handle it than just retconning her into a lesbian. Because, like, it breaks the continuity. I mean, yes, they did this whole thing. I mean, that was 2006 anyways, but... But yeah, Io was the name of the big bad. Or one of. Is Io mentioned anywhere up here? Io might not get a page. See, this is why I was hoping I could find, like, a comic book wiki rather than Wikipedia in general. By the way, it got really weird later on in Gen 13. Man, I remember there were some names of different, like, organizations that were... Sorry, I'm getting distracted in my reading. I do have a lot of Image comics. I have a Volume 1 and Volume 2. I think possibly entirely completes. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, chat. This is copyrighted material. I should not be displaying it, but I will. Because I am looking for stuff. This was the first, well, technically issue 0 of Gen 13. I'm going to speed run through this to see if I can find what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, I forgot he could do, like, ice. He didn't do it very often. Man, I forgot some of the events in these. It's been a while. They're all kind of doing their own thing. And, okay, that was the end of that one. It did not have what I was looking for. Well, oh. There was also a half episode. With a big superhero battle thing. I do own the originals. They're just in my basement. So, I may have grabbed digital copies. Like, I own this here, definitely. It looks just like this. It's just in my basement in, like, sleeves and a case. I mean, yes, I did collect them back then. This was 95. I mean, they're literally playing Mortal Kombat in the comic. Which is hilarious. No, we're not showing nudity on here. I mean, not that they actually show anything, but Rainmaker really didn't care about nudity. I'm looking for the name of... Oh, maybe it's not here yet. Yeah, these guys... Okay. Still not part of it. Though, there is a last panel that's, like, a little, like, one-shot thing. And I know it's in the early books. I just don't recall which one, because, man, it has been a while. I own this one, too. I had this cover. I did not have this cover. Yeah, this was their obligated, like, swimsuit episode, obviously. Not I mean, they had a pool and they were in, like, I think, California. So it shouldn't really surprise anyone that I remember him vaguely. Man, it's been a while. I had to grab digital copies because I didn't want to scan mine. I probably should at some point, because I have a few things I couldn't even find. Nope, still not the one I'm looking for. Man. I remember, because I really liked their, like, mecha designs that they did in some of these. For the bad guys. And that's what I'm actually looking for somewhere here. I did not like these parts where they did the weird, crappy, like, cartoon sort of animation. Oh yeah, I remember the Coda girls. Were when? However you want to put that. These ones were young. I think they're the Coda. That was a Wildcats, like, thing. And I don't recall the details super well. Man. I'm not sure how some of these things were considered acceptable in the 90s. I mean, Gen 13 and Image Comics anyways were sort of like borderline acceptable. They were basically the comics you got because you liked the art. I really like this style. It's more modern. I mean, this could be a panel out of like any modern comic for the most part. But the other thing was, oh, she's totally seducing this girl, by the way. But yeah, the other one was to, buy something edgier than what your parents would be interested in. Oh, here's some of the Black Hammers. I knew I had used the name before. Man. That was the entire thing I was looking for. It was the name of them. That took a lot more effort than I was expecting. What's it been? 20 minutes where we've been devoted into looking up what that was? Actually, I should reorient this. No. I mean, of course I do. I actually have the miniseries too. But I bought the miniseries after it released, so it was a single bound volume. And I think it looks better. See, this is like the quality of, well, I mean, this is the cover art, obviously. But this is the quality of like what the standalone comics were. And this is like the internal panels, and I didn't think this was great as far as the quality went. But like the bound version I have is like superior. I don't know if I actually ever found a copy of the version I have. Oh, if you want weird crossovers though, here's a weird crossover for you. Marvel and Image Comics to doing Generation X and Gen 13, which were the younger groups for both. it was quite weird. I think they actually did another one of those, which was in 3D, which is why it looks slightly distorted, because it actually is. You actually are supposed to read this comic with 3D glasses on. But if I fuck up this Christmas, will you be here next Christmas? Yeah, like this panel is hard to actually look at because it's meant to be in 3D. Last Christmas it all went wrong. We had a big fight in the kitchen. Then I said that thing about your mom. Seems like every year's the same. Promise that I'm trying to change. But if I fuck up this Christmas, by the way, that is actually the full name of IO. I mean, if I really want to start taking inspiration from Image, I mean, like the Youngblood teams were part of all of that. I think the Black Hammers were like the elites of international operations. I'm trying to think of the name. By the way, the reason I own the Generation X, Gen 13 crossover, both of them, is because I was actually also buying Generation X comics at the time. So, yeah. I was quite into comics. Like, all of my money as a teen was basically going to comics.
By the plastic tree, all hung with lights and candy tied with twine. I didn't realize that we'd grow on each other like leaves on a vine.
I'm trying to think of what the UN organization should be. I mean, you can still collect them. I mean, since they're just sort of collecting dust in my basement, I've actually been tempted to like sell mine at some point, but like I have 3 plastic crates of comics. Maybe more. I might have 5. I remember there are at least 3 and maybe 5 crates. Each crate weighs at least 50 pounds. So, they're a little weighty. They're a little weighty.
Sometimes counting makes it harder for me, but I count
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they've been in storage, and I don't want to get them out. I mean, they're also buried under a lot of stuff at this point, because I haven't touched them in at least 2 decades at this point. I mean, I wouldn't actually want to, like, take them out of their, like, plastic sleeves that they're in. And they're stored in the basement mostly to avoid the issues of, like, sunlight that will deteriorate them. I mean, it is artificial lighting in the basement, but there's not much natural light. There's some really tiny little windows. And, like, I think 2 of them? 3? Maybe 3. But yeah, it was pretty much the best place I could think of to store them, since I don't have, like, a, entirely conditioned room to put them in. I also have other comics in there. Like, I own most of the New Mutants, so, like, their final issue, I totally have that. I have, I think, the blue cover, because this was the limited version variant cover. So I think mine is blue. But maybe I got the special edition. I don't recall. I guess there were 2, maybe. 2 of the white ones. By the way, Double Dragon 3. Memories. The art was not nearly as good later on in Marvel. They had some good issues though. Like, I can hop over into, like, the X-Men. I think it's in this period. Yeah, this is when, like, the X-Men were supposed to be dead, so there's a whole bunch of, like, alternative teams. Oh, that was the weird Marauders stuff. I remember that. Oh yeah, this is the introduction of Psylocke as he would later be. Like, these days, the whole psionic knife thing and everything. This is the issue that was introduced. I definitely have that one somewhere. Help me to recall. In episodes, well, I keep calling them episodes. I don't know why I'm doing that. The seasonal effects of kindness in the heart and jingles in the head. The world was made to turn. Somewhere in here should be Wolverine and Jubilee meeting up with Captain America in Madripoor. And I liked Dazzler, yeah. I remember Dazzler. She did not get proper time. I think it's after this one, because Wolverine and Psylocke are also in that one. I mean, It was Wolverine, Psylocke, and like Jubilee and Madripoor. But they had these other issues with other groups. So many different, like, split up parts of the X-Men at that point. And this is when some of the, like, the X Factor group were back in. Oh yeah, that's Storm, Tiny Storm. Gotta love Tiny Storm. She's a little older at least when she meets up with Gambit. Man, I am not finding the issue. Yeah. This is where Wolverine is in Madripoor with Psylocke and Jubilee and runs into Captain America and Black Widow. Man, that took a while. This was some of like the better arts of the day. So I think the scan is from a reprint because it says 2005. But see? All of them together. Let me go back to the first page though. It remembers the last point. Oh yeah, and Carol Danvers' zombie fought Rogue at one point. That was weird. Oh yeah, the Extinction Agenda started. That was some craziness. I did like the designs of these bikes though. I've used these bikes before and in some games because they were pretty cool. Man, Teenage Storm. This was a craziness though. There were so many groups involved in this. Most of the team is back together after they supposedly died at this point, though. And there's randomly a Splatterhouse double-page ad thing. Yeah, here's the bikes. Man, I love these things. These were so cool. They can, like, walk if they need to get over terrain. Though, there's this whole, like, beach scene that happens right before they come in. And you don't see these bikes, like, again, which is sad. Man. I like the bikes. Okay. Alright, that was our distraction into totally off-topic areas. As I got onto all sorts of different topics there, but it's all cool. It's all cool. Man. I can still remember the plot lines of this. But yeah, I have a lot of things in here. I mean, there's some others that I had to own too. I should not pull those up on screen though. Alright. I needed to come up with a name for some of the other organizations. Um, let's stick that over there for the moment. Um, actually, let's deviate for a moment. I want religion to be in here somehow. So I'm gonna include the Vatican as a faction. And I hope Image Comics doesn't get mad that I am borrowing the name now that I remembered what it was for international operations. I knew they were basically generic words, which is, yes, generic words. I just couldn't remember what words, but I thought it would be a cool name. The stuff just bouncing around in my subconscious somewhere. I want there to be some more points in history for this setting. I want seedlings to be fairly new, but I want like teenage. Man, when would that have to have been? I want there basically to be 2 generations of like gifteds. A generation is usually considered 20 years. So if the current year in the setting is 2050, that would make it 2030. But that would be to have newborns. I mean, we did establish maybe 2030. All right, we're gonna just toss out some dates here. Discovery of activators. I've already talked about those in the other parts. So, yeah. And UN creation of seedling program. I mean, that is awfully fast for the UN to do something. Maybe I should add some more time to that. 5 years, maybe? We'll flesh these out more. I definitely want to talk about the seedling program, so definitely need a hyperlink to that. I should probably have a page for activators. Or rather, subpage. This is a wiki, so subpages. Actually, let's have that making it public. Then you give the UN 5 years to create their program. Actually, I need some more stuff. Let me see here. I need my RPG stuff. So, some other aspects of the setting, mostly because I really liked the setting. Oh, I think I ran out of music. Wow. Okay. I guess we have been going a while. I'm not entirely surprised. Let me. Oh, geez. Actually, let me restart the playlist, because finding more music would be a bit of an issue. It would take me a while to find where I have my music stored and pull up the stuff. But yeah, there's a TTRPG that I want to borrow some stuff from because I always thought it was cool. I found the system very hard to play, but I liked the concepts. I just gotta find it in my archive of RPGs. Yeah, here it is. I don't know which one this is in. If we stayed here all year, would it be a crime? Peace and love and chocolate to distract my mind. So, Cthulhu Tech is the one I'm thinking of. By the way, I love the art arrangement in here too. I'm obviously not going to use a lot of stuff from this, but I want to borrow some ideas. Obviously, calling it Cthulhu Tech, a lot of Cthulhu influence in this. So, yeah, like magic corrupts people a lot. I'll just scroll through, I think. By the way, Cthulhu Tech has a lot of things that I think that Arcane borrows. Like, they have their, what do they call it? It's not magic technology. They call it something else. Man, I need to rewatch Arcane. I'm totally blanking on the name. But, actually, you know what I'm thinking about this? I should first save this page before I forget, and I close one of these tabs. I should probably break these into like subsections. make that. I need corporations in here as the other subheader. I may temporarily at least borrow some names. Like Christmas Corporation is kind of cool. Probably won't stay there, but for now. There's a couple others in here I probably want as well. But I might borrow the names of some others. But the cool thing about Cthulhu Tech was that they blended a lot of sources together to make like one combined idea. I always thought it was cool that they did that. Sadly, like half the earth is gone. All this red is like demon infested. I don't plan to eliminate parts of the world.
Here we come,
And yes, I know it's Christmas music. I am sorry. I don't have anything else in my list at the moment. The most Christmassy stuff is first and last. So, the middle is better if you're not too much into Christmas music.
The season to be jolly.
I don't need the
Got a drip, put it on,
rules.
turn a king from a pawn. Royal blood is running strong, sing it fa la la.
The party got me spitting while the Fahrenheit is slipping. Catch me hunting while you're waiting, celebrate until it's gone. Rock.
Dashing through the snow.
I do love their
in a
art.
one-horse open sleigh.
I mean, not all of it, but it's so stylish.
Bells on bobtails ring.
Making spirits bright. What fun it is to
I'm
ride and
looking
sing
more
a
for
sleigh
the
song
setting
tonight.
stuff.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Man.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Good King Wenceslas looked down on the
Man, so much stuff to go through. Oh, actually, you know what? I should probably change what screen we're on.
All is calm.
That might be better. That might be better.
Round yon virgin
See, this is when I'm so, like, into their art again. They had these cool mecha units. I do love me some mecha. Though, the angles were... I mean, that was straight out of, like, Evangeline. You know, the anime. So, they were mecha, if you will, with, like, tails and tentacles and really long tongue tentacles, because obviously...
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Oh yeah, taggers. That's the name. They borrowed concepts from another anime. I am blanking on the name. Man.
I don't care. All the elves
They
can
called
say
themselves,
ornaments
or the
grow
things, symbiotes. I don't think they'd fit into the symbiote
I
class.
care about
Maybe they would.
and
Maybe.
and everything
They're
we've
a
built
little
together.
grotesque.
Memories and feelings bigger than December. Oh, 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 all I need.
Were they the good guys or the bad ones?
And I don't care to buy a no tradition.
I'd swear
Second
there's...
chorus gone stale. And I don't care for the pedal
There was like an evil side.
half the world on
Guyver. Guyver's the name of the anime. Man.
I care about
But yeah, this stuff is all like from the like Guyver verse, if you want to call it that.
everything we've built together.
Something there's more stuff about tigers, probably. Well, now we're into magic. I don't think we need any of this stuff about demons. I mean, there probably are gonna be demons in my setting, but... Oh yeah, here's the other one. The Taggers were the good guys, I think. These Dilanoids were the bad guys. I think. I'm trying to remember enough about the lore to incorporate it correctly. Actually, I should probably go back up. See, these are most of like the bad things in this setting. Though not all. Vehicles. I did not like their vehicle art very much. The motorcycle's not bad. It's a very anime-inspired design, but what the frick is this? I mean, this is worse than a Cybertruck, and a Cybertruck is already pretty bad. So. Obviously, a lot of Cthulhu stuff in here. I might need to add some of that into the setting. Only because... Oh yeah, these were different character NPCs. Potential PCs, maybe? Ah, this was a campaign module. Story hooks. Okay. I know we saw the Chrysalis Corporation back here somewhere. Yeah, here. Um... Sorry. I am reading... I'm looking for what the enemies of them are supposed to be. And I am totally forgetting. I can get rid of that for the moment. Is it this one? Chat. I need to nibble on something again. My tummy is rumbling. Give me a sec. I only had a couple of handfuls of popcorn earlier. I need more. Also, welcome back, Yukin. Now with more popcorn for energy. I'm trying to find a reference to an organization that I can not exactly port into my setting, but act as inspiration for it. Sorry if I get a little bit quiet. I guess they just called it the Eldritch Society, which does not fit my setting. I can, however, say that these type of characters definitely fall into the symbiote category. As templates in my setting. Kinda. I still don't have a name for it. I will probably have a basic description of these eventually. I just don't have one yet, so don't need that. Alright. Give me 1 sec. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So, names. Thank you. There's gonna be other corporations, but should we call... So, we have 3 sort of categories that factions are gonna fall into. Governments, corporations, and what do we call the third? Societies? Organizations might be a better term, maybe? It feels like that's probably a good choice. And my brain is empty. Also, why do I... Oh well. I like definitely some aspects of the Cthulhu tech like concept here. And the tigers are sort of cool. It is heavily influenced by man, Guyver. Man, I almost forgot the name of it again. How do I do that? I mean, they don't reference it directly. It's in, like, their media. Some of these are really weird looking. Yeah, like this. And I mean, these aren't any better, really. Or this. I think I preferred the originals. Mostly. So I'll have to remember this, because I will definitely be coming back. That looks disgusting. Also very disgusting. Some not nearly as much, but... Alright. I think I've delved past the details I want. I still need a name. I wish there were a random name generator for organizations. I don't have a better name for them yet than technocrats, but we still need... I mean, it may be 2050, but I don't see the billionaires going anywhere unless the whole world decides to finally punish them for the evil behavior, so... As such, they will definitely still be around and causing trouble, and I'm just gonna call them technocrats. I mean, it would be nice if someone would, rein them in, but I don't see that happening. If the US did something to them, like taxing them, they would just go elsewhere. I mean, probably not entirely, but they would decide that that's where their money is. I mean, they already do that with like corporate taxes, doing loopholes like incorporating in Ireland with like no physical buildings. It's crazy stuff. Man, I still need a name for it. See, I want a rival for them. Actually, I'm gonna need several organizations. I think I'm gonna call one the Nightwalkers. It feels like a decent name for an organization that works in the shadows. There might be different parts of the organization, even. Man, it would be crazy if, like, maybe immortals are the originators of the Nightwalkers, but, like, Chrysalis, the Chrysalis Corporation, like, gets, like, samples, maybe, of immortal DNA, and starts doing weird experiments, and, so, like, immortals sneak into the facilities and do something about it that maybe makes, like, the symbiote parts that I'm considering. Just initial thoughts. I also still need the name for the UN group. You know what? Let's do some research. Okay, these are horrible names. I thought it was supposed to be a list. I mean, I guess it kind of is a list, but definitely not cool names. Actually, I should. Why did I copy that rather than just type it? um, International gifted. I mean, I could just call it the International Gifted Association. Ego. I mean, that might work. That might work. I mean, technically it's ego, but not. I mean, it sounds like I'm saying it as ego, like that, but do you call it I-go? It feels like it should still be pronounced ego. No. A sub-organization. There's a lot of goes in there. Creating factions for settings is awfully hard. I mean, it's easier when I'm not, like, half asleep. I mean, I was gonna try to get to midnight. I'm still mostly conscious. Yeah, I just have to be able to have ideas. I did, by the way, and I know this is way off track, but I do have a whole bunch of new music for us to look at. And I did consider doing some tonight, but I don't think I would be particularly good at it right now. So I should probably do that when I'm more awake. I don't want to be like nodding off, while listening to a song. That sounds horrible. Especially when I'm supposed to react to it. Still, I want to call it something watch. I just don't know what that something is. Actually, let's call it the WWG. That totally sounds like a UN group. And for short, we can just call it the Watch. I mean, that gives us some starting stuff at least. The disclaimers? What do you mean? Man, that is messy. I'm gonna need to work on the formatting for this. I don't think it is. I mean, there's World Bank Group. That's close. It seems no. Global Watch Group is a thing. And there's multiple of those, but obviously, these are not meant to be real world organizations. It'd be really funny if they were, but let's create this page. Or WGO? Oh no, IGO. Man, I'm crossing my international and my worlds. Oh, I don't think I created the page for it, but I do have another link, I think, to the seedling program. I think that's on the history line. Yeah. Alright, for now, that's enough to define our group. Oh. Man. Alright. Scratch that one. When I open the page, makes some sort of huge difference for whether I can use the wiki link to get me back to the page. Oops. Subgroup, not ubgroup. And I'm gonna have it as an abbreviation. Because I don't want to type all that out. I mean, mostly I just had to get rid of it, but still. Any other references to it here? I want to be shortened and not the full thing. But link to the full thing still. So. Tailored. Crime and disasters caused by gifted individuals. No, that is totally wrong. And I cannot apparently successfully spell words. Alright. So, the World Watch Group, or the... Oh, I totally forgot to do that. Or WWG. Is a subgroup of the IGO, or EGO, which is specifically tailored to handle crime and disasters caused by gifted individuals around the world, and in particular deal with such issues that happen across government borders. It is also sometimes just referred to as the Watch. Yes, I am building lore. International operations is technically part of the Pentagon. The U.S. government under the offices of the Pentagon. its primary purpose was to establish a research and development arm devoted to gifted individuals. However, as parts of its operations, it now has elements for its operations, it has elements that targets supernatural and technological developments around the world. I think that might be a good way of putting it. Seems like what I want. The Black Hammers are an elite group within international operations, which I am again going to shorten, just like I did for IGO, Ego, whatever. Best considered in analog to Special Forces operation. That sounds about right. Their agents may be powered no, that needs to change. Their agents are powered in some form or another. Though the bulk are and I'll just link to it, because that way I don't have to try to type it and spell it correctly at 11:30 at night. By the way, remember that pill I took at like 9 p.m.? That's something that makes me sleepy, so I am actually kind of surprised I am still awake. I mean, it doesn't put me to sleep, it just makes me more tired, so. On my own, usually I will fall asleep some point between like 10:30 and 11, so I'm now like an hour past when I would usually be asleep. Alright, now we have them. flip this, and we see our links are now populated. Um... Man, I wish I didn't keep sneezing tonight. I swear. There's too much dust. It's snowing outside and there's too much dust in my house. I swear. Alright. Oh, gee. Should we go back into the comics? The Gen 13 ones? I know... eventually the house that they were living in gets blown up. Maybe before this one? That is quite the fight going on there. Man, that is nostalgic though. I have all these Fire from Heaven books. I actually collected like the full thing. So I like bought all the interconnected comics at that point. Oh yeah, these were the odd people. Man. They did have some really good arts at times, though, I gotta say. Also, totally why Rainmaker was by back in the day. Yeah, you saw her kiss a guy. Man, I know somewhere in here their house gets... Oh, maybe it's this one? Yeah, see? This was one of the concepts that I liked in Image Comics, and the reason that I have the Vatican as a faction. Apparently, the Vatican in that setting made an edict. The edict was that people can't openly use superpowers. Though, since Stormwatch was a thing, I guess technically that didn't quite go the way they wanted, I guess you could say. I know there's a name to them, though. Maybe they use it back here. Alright. I guess they don't name themselves. At least not back here. Maybe it was in the next issue? Oh. Okay. I mean, they're the deviants. So not who I was looking for. I mean, that's threshold. I remember him. Okay. Alright. Which tab I'm looking at is the problem, as my brain slowly descends into madness. Alright. I just misspelled that, didn't I? Yeah, I totally forgot the I. So, we have the Order of the Cross, which is apparently what I was looking for. The Centurions are... they're powered, or... well, I'll just call them powered in some way, shape, or form. And Inquisitors are also in there. I will borrow all of those for the moment. Sorry, I am trying to see if I can find what I'm looking for. And I can't. So. Alright. The Order of the Cross is dedicated to enforcing the was it an edict? Yeah, the Vatican edicts. And I will use the same term because why not? I'm gonna say 13th century policy that forbids open use of supernatural abilities in public. Once they operated across most of the world, however, the modern version most often operates in Rome or Greater Italy. Actually, I should have a third group in here. Subgroup. I mean, obviously, we have inquisitors, we need witch hunters. Okay? Are parts of the Order of Cross. And I am not shortening that as much as I probably should. The Order and their property. Against supernatural threats. Most of the centurions are gadgeteers. Because we already have said gadgeteers make up the bulk of everything. So it's really easy for them to be the bulk of, like, everything. The Inquisitors are a part of the Order of the Cross, which is tasked with finding. Should I call it interrogating? We'll call it questioning. Finding, questioning, and... or just finding and questioning supernatural individuals. Man, I'm surprised I've managed to spell individuals multiple times correctly. They act as they act as spies and investigators. They're basically the CIA. Except Vatican, clearly. The witch hunters are parts of the Order of the Cross, though often considered the most problematic. It consists of supernatural assets who are indoctrinated into the faith and then act on the path of the Vatican to hunt down others like them. And I will leave that nebulous for now about what they actually do with them. And as should be no surprise, the definition of supernatural is just about anyone that doesn't use technology to get their powers. So, pretty wide scope. Alright, I can probably close the individual templates at this point. I still don't have much for some of those, but and I'm definitely gonna have to do like I don't know how I want to do it. I have like, you know, they'd be called subclasses in D&D. I might call them sub-templates. I mean, I call them archetypes in Strange New Lands. I'm not sure what I want to call them. But I'll have like sub-classifications, like, or maybe just types. I don't know. It will be something. Let's list it as types at the moment. Telepaths and empaths, which I think are related enough. Sensitives. I'm just gonna call them sensitive. You know what? Hang on. I don't want this to show up on screen because I know. Well, I already have to like cut this part out. I definitely can't show this in like a YouTube anything. Not when I showed some comic pages earlier. But I know the company that owns these is like litigious to the nth degree. But GURPS actually did a good job of like classifying psionic and psychic abilities. Steve Jackson Games, who are the makers of GURPS, though, are like litigious out the ass. I copied a couple of things, like a few paragraphs, into one of my campaigns at one point, and they like got my account shut off with a copyright claim. It was crazy. I'm like, I just did that so I wouldn't have to like reference back to a book every time and my players could see it. They did not care. But yeah, there's like, oh, I opened the wrong one. They have several books on psionic powers that were very handy because they classify them into categories. All right. Oh wow, I managed to not entirely read that the way I'm supposed to. Cyber PSI. Anti PSI. Astral projection. Probability manipulation. And I could not spell that correctly. Psychic healing. I mean, scratch the psychic part. We're just gonna call it healing because obviously. I'm gonna just call it vampirism. It is not like physical vampirism or energy vampirism. That's probably a better term. They use psychic. I don't think I want to use psychic here. Psychokinesis. Teleportation. Biokinesis. But you know what? I'm gonna group that in with healing. Not quite the same things, but Sycamo. Metabolism. It will definitely not understand the word, so yeah. And I'm just gonna call the last category for now dream walking. Yeah. So the only thing I'm taking is the names of the categories, basically. And that's literally it. Because they already have it in nice, orderly lists. So, much easier than having to, like, think about it and come up with the names on my own. So, it's not really much of anything. It's just a name of, or classification of powers is probably a good way to look at it. I should have bolded that. Oh well, I'll fix it eventually. So this gives us our types of gifted. And I would definitely say some of these are more rare than others, clearly. I don't have types for immortals and symbiotes and gadgeteers that are nearly as easy. Alright, you know what? You're a little early, Google. There's gotta be a live feed, right? I mean, it's gotta be a thing, right? I mean, this is at least Times Square. I mean, we made it this far. I might as well actually show, the most famous New Year's Eve party there is. My clock says 2. I think this is a fitting way to probably end the stream for tonight. Yeah. We'll maximize it.
I did, yeah.
Oh. We're under a minute. They already let off fireworks. Come on. That's a little early. Was that like a pre-test? I mean, this is a little quick. Why all the you can't even see the clock now. My encoder can't handle it, but Happy New Year's. Man, I pity the people that have to clean this up tomorrow. This was clearly excessive. Alright, alright. I can pause that. Well, it is now 2026. We've made it another year. So far. The world has not ended at the turn of 2026, so it's all good, right? That's right. I was wondering if anything was over on the blue skies and such. And no one has pretty much commented at all in like an hour in there. too busy. Clearly. And obviously they have more of a life than I do because they're not at home to, like, type messages. Alright, well. Besides drinking half a bottle of water, I think it might be time for me to go to bed. I'll stream my things that I must do before sleep. So, this bottle of water is one of those. I just took off my rings. Because even when I'm home, I usually wear at least 3 rings. Because why not? I did not wear my necklaces tonight, so I don't have to worry about those. But I did have my rings. 1/4 of this bottle of water left. I could leave the bottle of the water with the cap on, but I don't know if you've ever done that, but if you just leave that out and then you drink it 8 hours later, that is some nasty stuff to drink. Oh, I should check to see if there's anyone streaming. And there's probably somebody. I know we are going to get lost in the sauce, but let's raid Olivia. As much as Olivia is now a giant talent, I remember when we were all just starting out. And I still watch your stuff from time to time. So we're gonna raid Olivia. Yeah. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow or not, but we'll have to see. I technically have an event, but my car is also not working, so it is a thing. And my brain is pretty much gone. So I'm just drinking this water. Hi, Persephone. You're just in time for the outro as I shut everything down so I can sleep. Happy New Year's to you. We did watch the 3 minutes of countdown, so it was a thing. All right, my water is done. So have fun, take care, and see you later. Bye.